Ashley. I am a first semester student at Johns Hopkins University. A 1 year program, a 1.5 year program, 5 semesters, and this is my journey throughout nursing school. I will be giving tips and tricks on how to apply to different programs, and if you are accepted into your program, I will definitely go through different scenarios that I actually went through as a nursing student and what things I did to get through my, this was hell pretty much. The first semester was nothing like I expected before. Nursing school is something that I love, but it is something that I will never ever do again. Once I'm done with this program, of course I want to end up being a nurse practitioner. That's my end goal. But bro, this was super challenging the first semester alone, and I heard that the second semester is going to get worse. Great. So there's a few things that I want to be able to mention to you guys about if you guys are interested in applying to the Johns Hopkins nursing program. I want to tell you more about the admission process and what to expect when applying to this program. So the requirements are anatomy. So if you've taken anatomy as a prerequisite, good. They want to see that. Human growth and development, that's also another class that I had to take before applying to this program. Nutrition, physiology, and statistics. It's not too many classes, really. For Johns Hopkins to be #1 in nursing, I expected way more requirements and much harder requirements. So those are the 5 requirements that are needed, prerequisites. So you would need a 3.0 to apply to this program as well. I had a 3.6 in my undergrad, and I feel like they're more interested in your background, whatever you have committed to the community, whatever you have done that shows on paper of who you are, what you're all about, what kind of community service, what kind of internships and opportunities that you have thrown yourself out in this world to do. That's what they want to see. That's what they're more interested in, because at the end of the day, it's about if you can be the best nurse, not the best A student, not the best AB student. They're looking for someone who can be a leader. If they're looking for someone who is a great socializer, they're looking for someone that can make changes in the medical field. That's what they want to see. So if you can bring it, when it comes to those two letters that you have to make or write, and then discuss, I know it feels weird to brag about yourself, but you gotta do it. You gotta throw everything you got that you have done on that piece of paper, so that way they can have an idea of who they're about to accept. You will need 3-letter recommendations. So the 3-letter recommendations I have chosen one of them was my professor. Another one was someone that I worked with. She was my boss, and I worked as an applied behavioral analysis therapist. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it is someone who works with children with autism and related disorders. It was more like psychology. However, they are looking for people who have done more so patient care. That's what they want to see. However, I kind of switched the ABA therapy, and to make it seem that way, it was also taking care of patients, which I was doing vital signs every now and then if my kiddos got sick. I would change diapers. I would feed. I was doing a lot of feeding because a lot of the children that I worked with weren't capable of actually feeding themselves. I was like another mother, pretty much. So having that on paper as well is good. That's what I chose to write about, and that's what I chose to discuss as my #1 topic. And also another internship that I did was Cope Health Scholars. I know on the West Coast they have Cope Health Scholars. I'm not too sure about the East Coast. So the West Coast has this program called Cope Health Scholars, and what it is that you can go through different tiers in the hospital. I chose Kaiser Permanente. Or you can choose any hospital that is near you, or whatever is associated with the program with Cope Health Scholars. If they have that hospital as an option near you, take it. That way you're not traveling everywhere. So what you do is you go through different tiers in the hospital. So maybe you might start in med surgical or medical surgical unit or the rehabilitation unit. And then like each few months you move up. Like, so the next one will be pediatrics clinic, and then the next one would be OBGYN, and then my last one was labor and delivery. I was only in it for a while because then I was going through applying to nursing school, and then I had to actually leave. So I was only there for a year, and that was enough to put on my paper and say like, hey, I did do this, I did have hands-on experience, I was taking vitals, I did take care of these patients with the assistance of nurses and doctors. So they like to see that as well. I definitely recommend applying to Cope Health Scholars if you are in high school wanting to go to nursing school or any medical field, or if you're graduating from undergrad and you want to put something on your paper as well before you start applying to PA school, NP school, like nursing school, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to go into that's related to medicine. I feel like that is a huge advantage to put on your paper. So, what else? Yeah, if you guys need any help with what to expect in nursing school, because I have a lot of stories, I have a lot of things that I want to discuss, things that I would have never guessed to expect from nursing school, things that like I totally was like, I changed my mind. Like, there's many times where I was like, oh, is nursing school even for me? Like, this is rough. I'm shedding, like my hair is shedding. I had to go to the doctor's last week because my hair was shedding pretty bad, and that's not my norm. So like, just know that nursing school is not easy. It's not, especially like coming from especially like at Hopkins. Like I can't speak on any other nursing school. I know that my friend is in nursing school in North Carolina, and she said that it is difficult as well. So I can only speak on the behalf of Hopkins, and I know that Hopkins is super, they're extra, they're hardcore. Like, they will give you 4 exams in a week and not care about your life. So those are the things that I'm challenging with. But like, if you're interested in learning more about my journey and learning more about what I have to offer and what advice I can give to you guys, I'm all here. So please leave comments below and please subscribe to my channel. See you soon. Bye.